Hello and welcome back to Let That Sink In. My name is Tiffany Smith, and I am the Director of Marketing and Communications here at PM and Associates. We are on episode 19, and I am joined by my co-host, as always, Todd Morgan, outside sales rep in St. Louis. How are we doing, Todd?
I am wonderful. Thank you very much. Excited to have Mr. Ethan Shull back as a guest on our podcast.
Oh my gosh, we are so excited to have Ethan today. He
I
is one of our favorites.
Never invite me back.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I think you might have been our second podcast that we did on Let That Sink In. I think you were our second guest that we ever had. So it is nice to have you back.
We're so excited to have you.
I wasn't the first, but it is what it is.
Sorry. You couldn't be first, Ethan. We had to break the ice first, then get you in here.
That's fair. I'll take it.
But I am thrilled to have you back. We've talked several times to customers within the walls here at PM and Associates how much we love Jomar Valve.
Absolutely.
And I do want to give some kudos to Ethan as a regional. He's just an outstanding regional manager for PM and Associates. So Ethan, thank you very much for what you do for us. Ethan and I have worked together for several years now, and it's been fun to grow the Jomar line with you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate it. And it makes it a lot easier when you have representation that is willing to do the things that you guys do. And, honestly, you guys bring a bunch of relationships to the table, which makes it a whole lot easier for us as a company to be able to grow the line. We've had some record-breaking growth in PM and Associates territories. And, it's just a combination of great representation and I think a really good product. And that goes a long ways today in what we're trying to do.
Well, thank you.
That's so
Appreciate
great.
that. The product is excellent. And so is the service from Jomar, too. And that's why it's been fun to sell.
Absolutely.
It really has been.
Yep.
Ethan, I know that you've been with Jomar for a while. Can you give us a little bit more of a background on you, a little bit of a brief bio?
So I've been with Jomar for 5 years now, which is crazy to think because one of those years was the COVID year, so it feels like an eternity.
Yeah.
And absolutely love the company. Young, hungry, really working towards a goal of really being that name brand preference in the marketplace. So really love working for them. We got a lot of exciting things in the works with that. But I've been in the industry since 2006, so it's been a minute. Been with a couple of other companies, really good companies. But again, Jomar is just a great place to call home and to be a part of.
It's been fun to watch Jomar grow too, and that's kind of one of the focuses of today's discussion too, is talking about some of an exciting new product actually that Jomar is going to be introducing. We talked about it in the first podcast. I want to reiterate just a couple of things just to give the quick background and jump in, Ethan. This is going to be brief, but the fact that Jomar is a company that's out of Michigan, originally started by a gentleman by the name of Joseph Martin, and ultimately got picked up or purchased from Fratelli Pettinaroli, if I said that correct.
Well played.
He did it.
Thank you. Which is an Italian company based in Italy. I know you've had the luxury of going and seeing it firsthand. So has a couple people in our office as well. But we are Italian owned, but we are stocked up in Michigan. I think the Detroit area, if I'm not mistaken, Ethan.
Yeah. So we're out of Warren, Michigan. Been there for ever since we were introduced into the market. The family, the Pettinaroli family, is an amazing group of individuals. They're going into their third generation of ownership. They are a worldwide company. In every other market, it's Pettinaroli is the brand name.
Okay.
But in the U.S., they kept Jomar because Jomar was a recognized name in the industry already. But so we are the manufacturer, even though we're called Jomar, on that Italian line that we have, which is an outstanding valve that they manufacture and we do really well with here in the U.S.
Worth mentioning, too, that those Italian valves that Ethan just mentioned meet Buy America as well. So, just again, another reason why Jomar is such a nice broad line, but it's getting a little broader.
Well, we're not happy with just being who we are. I don't know if that sounds bad or not, but there's so much more that we know we can be. And because of that, yeah, we're branching into some newer markets and really showing more people how good of a company you are. You know, you started talking about the service level, the quality that we have. That should be something that is universal for us in every segment of the market. And with a new offering that we're bringing out, we're going to show everyone how good Jomar really is.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So Ethan, Jomar obviously is known for having one of the best ball valves in the business. At least that's the way I feel about it. I think it is an outstanding valve, and we've proven that. Yes, exactly. And we've proven that time and time again by actually taking the product to the contractor directly, having them work with our product. And in particularly, Ethan and I had a lot of success having contractors sweat our product.
Right.
We had it on Tuesday. We train come in. Remember that?
Exactly.
We had one of the videos, and I believe the contractor, his quote exactly was, "That is the easiest time I've ever sweated a ball valve." I mean,
you got it.
Words out of his mouth. It was crazy. It was great.
And that's what put us on the map, Tiffany. That was the success that really got Jomar on the map. And we did that with a brass ball valve. It's a dezinkification resistant brass ball valve. And it's a superior ball valve. It's performed now wonderfully through the several years we've represented Jomar and grown the business. But being just a brass ball valve, that actually limited where we could play in the market, if you will. In the specification side of the ball valve world, bronze ball valves seem to be the preferred choice of the engineer and the specification community. So having a wonderful brass dezinkification resistant ball valve all of this time has been great, but it has locked us out of a segment of the market. And so it's one of the reasons we wanted to have Ethan on today is we do have very exciting news about the fact that we are introducing, Ethan, a bronze ball valve into the market.
No way.
I hope I'm not telling you this for the first time.
I have no idea.
No, this is big news. Yeah, this is big news. This is
I'm going to have like little fireworks going off. Like I'll put this in post. Like,
please do.
I will.
Yes,
that'd be
big.
perfect.
Yes.
It is really exciting. But there's honestly, a backstory on how we completely got here to this. And it started several years ago in Jomar's vision of what they really wanted to become. And part of that vision started with one being a very good company at service. And again, we've alluded to it before. Our inside team is excellent. They do a great job in taking care of the customer. Our purchasing and sourcing team does an amazing job of making sure they have the right mix of inventory so that we can take care of customers. So we've built a reputation over the last several years of being a reliable source in the valve world, because let's be honest, there's a lot of valve guys out there.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So the other part of it was, and this is, you can look at it a couple of different ways, but about 8 or 9 years ago, there was a shift of, we also have to get better outside. And there was a turnover in some rep agencies. There were new regionals that were brought in with people that had some relationships on a more commercial level. And we started to grow, and Todd, you talked about it. We started getting down into the contractor level of showing our valve off to people and getting people to see what it could actually do. And what you and I did, I've taken it to some other locations, and we've had some major mechanical contractors sweat up our ball valve, absolutely love them.
Yeah.
And we continue this amazing momentum that we've had, and Jomar's growth has just been off the charts.
Yeah.
And it's been led by this Lamborghini of ball valves. I had to use an Italian car on that.
Yeah, I like good call.
But
good call.
this ball valve that the Pettinaroli's have almost over-engineered to create this excellent offering that we have. And yet we keep running into this idea of bronze versus brass. And while our Italian ball valve can do everything a bronze ball valve can do, and it's not just Ethan telling you that, it's not Todd or Tiffany telling you that. We've got scientific testings. We have third-party reports. We have white papers for the engineering community showing how our brass ball valve is not equal to other people's brass. It's actually equal to everyone else's bronze.
Okay.
There is still that stigma in the market that bronze is a superior ball valve when it comes to dezinkification resistant. And kudos to those bronze ball valve manufacturers for doing such a good job in the engineering community of showing that that was superior. And again, yes, most brass ball valves can't stand up to a bronze.
Yeah.
But again, with all the data that we have, our Italian brass can go toe to toe all day with that. But because we still have this goal of being greater than what we are, the only thing that we could do is let's finally just tear all the barriers down. We've got the right inside team in place. We've got the right inside processes in place. We've got an amazing outside team of reps and regionals. We've got amazing leadership in our president and our VP. We've got an amazing parent company out of Italy in the Pettinaroli's. Let's tear every barrier down now, and let's come to market with a bronze ball valve, and let's take over this thing.
Love
And
it.
that's the mentality that we have now at Jomar going into 2024 is we're just going to take over.
I love that.
That's how simple it's going to be.
That's great.
And we're really excited about that.
Yeah.
Well, so are we, because we now have the tool that we need to go out there and do that, right? And as you mentioned, I'm glad you did talk about the white paper and the science behind the brass versus the bronze, because we do have all the proof in the pudding that it's just as good, but perception is a huge part of it, right? And if the engineering community perceives the bronze ball valve to be the superior, well, I'm just thrilled that we've gotten into that game as well, so we can get into the specifications and as you said, start taking over the world, Ethan.
And you know, again, we're in specifications. We've had a team that's been dedicated for the last 4 years of getting us into specs and have done an excellent job of getting us approved in a lot of different areas. There's specs in your market, there's specs in Indiana, there's specs all over the country that are now calling out Jomar that hadn't been there before. But then there's so many more that, you know, we're standing on the outside still. And again, I'll tell you this, as excited as I am about the bronze ball valve that we've got, I'd still rather sell our Italian ball valve because it's an industry leader. Versus we're kind of coming to the market with a Me Too. The Italian has a warranty that no one else in the ball valve world can touch, a lifetime warranty. And I think it's superior to whatever else is out there. But again, back to this point, we're eliminating all the other barriers. And so if you don't want to use the brass, okay, we'd rather you use the Italian, but if not, here you go. We have the bronze ball valve and it's equal to what's out there right now. And we're going to go out and show it to everybody.
Will the initial offering on that be what, like a threaded and sweat that's going to be available?
Yeah, so we're going to have thread and sweat. On our threaded, we'll go and sweat will go up to 3-inch on our lead free. On our leaded, because we will have a leaded version of that as well for the more mechanical side, we'll go up to 4-inch.
Okay.
What we're going to do is, you know, I think we've talked about it before with our butterfly offering. We only offer a stainless steel disc and stem where we put all of our inventory into the superior model that's needed. That way we can make sure that we take care of people at a good price point. We are only offering stainless steel ball and stem trim in our bronze ball valve. So a lot of our competitors, they have a chrome ball that they can put into that. But we said, you know what? Most commercial jobs now, most engineers, most specs are going stainless steel ball and stem. So we're only going to have that stainless steel ball and stem as our trim offering for our ball valves. With that, we're going to have stem extensions. We're going to have latch locking handles. We're even going to have our insulated handle. So that way, if you get into a job where you need the insulated handles, which up until this point, we've only had on our Italian ball valve, those will be available as well for the bronze. So any application that you're looking at for thread and sweat, we're going to have the bronze ball valve that will work for that.
Outstanding. That's great, Ethan. I'm excited about this.
I am too. Listen, you know, our engineering team is getting to work now. We're getting promo stuff put together. The first of our real samples and things like that are getting in right now to where we can get them out, get them into the hands of engineers, get them into the hands of our reps and regionals. Our specs are now up on the website.
Great.
You know, there's probably going to be some new photos that are going to be taken to go along with that, but we are really getting serious about this. We have, and I don't know if I should say this, but I'm gonna say it. You know, our initial PO is $1 million, so we're gonna have $1 million in inventory.
Wow, that's
instantly,
awesome.
In-house, ready to go.
That means we've got our work cut out
That's
for us, right?
We've got our work cut out for us, because
yes, we do.
the best problem we could ever have is having to back order that. Not that I'm saying we want to,
Sure,
but that
I
would
get
be
your
the
point.
best problem that we have. And, you know, we've already got some people that have committed to bringing these in instantly. So we're pretty excited about all of that.
Outstanding.
That's great. So how soon does Jomar plan to have the bronze ball valves available in the market?
Yeah, so like I said, the initial order has already been put in. They're being manufactured now. And just so you know, we've partnered with our own facility. They've never they're not making bronze ball valves for other people. This is very much an exclusive for Jomar. It will meet Buy American, even though it won't be an Italian ball valve. But we anticipate these to be ready second quarter, the first of second quarter. So we're only a few months away from having this valve ready to rock and roll.
That's
outstanding. Yeah, that's again exciting news. Obviously, price point. We wouldn't be talking about it if we weren't going to be
way out of the market.
Price.
There's no way we're going to compete.
no point in talking about it. So no, obviously competitively priced. You mentioned that it meets Buy America. Also, speak to the warranty on that as well.
Yeah, so you know, I said our Italian has that lifetime, leaks past the stem, 5 years past the ball. It's at the industry leader. Most of the bronze ball valves out there have a 5-year warranty. So we're going to do 5 years, 1 day. That way we can beat everybody else. It's like the 8-minute abs and then 7-minute abs came out after that.
Great comparison.
No, so we will also have a 5-year warranty on that, which is you know, better than our non-Italian ball valves, but does not equal that Italian ball valve, but it does meet that industry standard of what the other bronze valves have.
Well, obviously, Ethan, this is super exciting news, and we want to tell everyone, all of our contractors, wholesalers, engineers, where they can find more information on the new lead-free bronze ball valve. So where can we find more information, Ethan?
Yeah, at the moment, our specs are already loaded on our website, jomarvalve.com. There is a heading once you go into products that just says bronze ball valve. You can click on that. Those will all be there. And it'll even have all the accessories already listed with it as well. And then our regionals, our reps will start having the specs in hand. Samples will be going out pretty soon. The promotional items are going to be out. So if you can't find it, we'll find you. And then you'll start to get all the information that you need. You're going to hear a ton about it. If you are in a market that you have not heard about it, hit us up here and we'll make sure you get all the information that you need.
For sure. For sure. Yeah.
We'll definitely make sure you hear about it. I will make sure you hear about it.
There you go.
Tiffany will be hitting the marketing blast hard. We know that for sure.
Yeah.
We'll have the feet on the street.
Somebody's going to be in trouble if you don't hear about it.
That's right.
Tiffany's going to take care of it.
That's right. So
that's right.
No, it's just awesome. It's exciting. That was the sole focus today of Let That Sink In, was really to get the word out that this is on its way from Jomar, and it's the bronze ball valve. We'll have a lead-free and a leaded version, and a lot more information coming about the valve as well. But this is a game changer for Jomar, and it's exciting.
Yeah, again, I'm going to keep harping on it. That Italian ball valve is second to none. But if there's a barrier, let's just tear it down and take that bronze ball valve in and win. That's all we want to do is win.
That's awesome. We're with you.
Great. Thank you so much, Ethan. We can't thank you enough for coming and being a guest again today. We, as always, just love having such a great relationship with Jomar. I know PM and Associates, our relationship with Jomar has just been such a fantastic partnership over the years. So we appreciate you.
Well, thank you very much for having me. I really enjoy doing this. Let's not wait another year. Maybe let's get something scheduled
Absolutely.
so we can do this again.
Hey, tell Noah we're coming for him.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, Noah will be watching this. Noah, they want you on here. So
we want you, Noah.
Next.
That'll be
We're coming
tune
for
in
you.
for that for sure. How about you have Noah and I both on here?
That's
Could be
I love the idea.
That could be a lot of fun.
We'll get no work done.
That's right. Well, thanks again. And as always, you can always reach out to PM and Associates for more information on Jomar at p-massoc.com. All right. Thanks so much, Ethan. Have a great day.
Ethan, thank you.